What's going on, you guys? Today's video is gonna be based on a check engine light code. First time that my check engine light came on, after 6 years of me having this car. And the code that is actually throwing is a P0456. Hey, that was actually in order. It goes in order 456, but that's actually an EVAP code, and I just want to show you how to actually fix it. I'm not quite sure if that's the problem, but I'm still gonna do it. I replaced the gas cap already, but I still want to replace this other part, and it's actually a leak detection EVAP pump. And for that case, I was actually looking around on see where the EVAP canister was, and I couldn't find it. So I'm gonna show you guys exactly where it is. As you guys can see, I keep pointing at the passenger side rear tire, and that's because that's where it's actually located. So first thing is first, we're gonna have to lift the car up. Don't mind my rims, the paint is coming off and it looks ugly, but I'm gonna be redoing it probably soon. I don't know when, but I'll probably be doing it soon. So we're gonna lift this car up and take the tire off, and then we're gonna be taking the wheel well behind it also off. But let's get to work. Okay, so now that we have taken our tire off, and as you guys can see, we got it up in the air, we have to take off this wheel well, the plastic that sits behind the tire. So we have to remove it from this little clip. And it does. I'm gonna try not to break them, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna end up breaking. So this is actually too big. We used a little small flathead, so you just turn it to break it loose, and then using maybe wire cutters, you just pull it out. There's actually a special tool for that, but I don't have it. But this makes it so easy. Just try not to squeeze it too hard, because if you do, you're gonna end up breaking it. So this is taking our wheel well off, and then if you come over here, I understand that the fuel filler neck, it's on the driver's side. As you guys can see, there's nothing over here, but the canister is actually sitting on the passenger side. If we look up on the rear passenger tire after taking the wheel well off, our canister is sitting up there. Now if you take a look over here, that small one right here, that's the leak detection pump, and they tend to go bad. Not really the pump, but usually what it is the seal that sits between the canister and the pump. There's a seal right there, like an O-ring, and that's usually what goes bad after time. Now this hose right here, it goes to like a filter. There you go. It's coming out slowly, but it is. Okay, it's out. And then I'll take a look on the top one in a second. So then once you pull this hose out, you're just gonna press on this clip right here, this tab, and then just pull it out. Once you pull the harness out, you're gonna grab this other one, and you're gonna be pressing on this bottom one. There's another clip right here. If you press it, and then once you press it, you turn it. You turn it counterclockwise, so it has to go up, going to the right way. It's gonna be hard. Okay, let's go clockwise maybe. Oh, it's actually going clockwise. Once you go clockwise, then pull it out, and this is actually the part that you have to replace. This one, it's an EVAP leak detection pump. Now on the inside there's like this little weight, and that's what actually reads the flow of the vapor. Not sure how the mechanism, you know, work on the inside, but we're gonna be replacing this one. Like I said, I don't know how to test it, but we're just gonna be replacing it. We take a look on the inside through this hole. There's like another hole right there, and I'm guessing that's where this weight, you know, moves back and forth to seal it or to detect, or I don't know how that works, to be honest. And then the seal that goes right here, that's the one that I was telling you that it tends to go bad. This seal right here. Now, looking at it, to me, it looks kind of like if it was in good shape. But we're gonna be replacing that and see how it looks like after we replace it. Okay, so we got the old detection EVAP pump over here, and then we got the new one sitting over here. I was actually checking it up using the multimeter, you know, using it on resistance ohms. And one of the things I noticed is that when I check the old one and check for the what you call those things, the pins on the inside where the harness goes, it gives me a reading. See if I can get it right. Okay, now if you take a look over here, it's giving me a reading. It's not an accurate reading, but it's giving me a reading. Crazy thing is if I check the new one, it says OL, like if it was an open circuit. So I'm not sure how this pump, you know, they made to work, but as far as the reading, you know, if we go based on the other parts, you know, that we usually test for, like sensors and all that stuff, when it reads OL, it's because it's bad, it has an open circuit. And when it's reading a reading, then that means it's good. Well, not most of the times, you know, because it kind of depends on the reading for the specs and all that stuff. But most of the time when it reads a reading, it means that it's actually working. And for the new one, it's reading that it's open. Not sure how it works. And I also try to move this, tilt it to the sideways when I was reading it, and it wasn't showing anything at all. So we're just gonna be installing a new one. Since I bought it already, we're gonna be installing the new one. And then we also went and got a new not gasket, it's a seal. It's a new seal, which is right here. There we go, it's right here. And we got the old one right there, and the seal is actually right here. So we got the old one with the seal, and then we got the new one on the left with the new seal. We're gonna be installing it. Now for the seal, it's the same on both ways. It doesn't really matter which way you put it on, it's just the same. So we're gonna be installing that first. Make sure it sits in there nice and even. As you can see, it sits in there. And then we're gonna be grabbing our EVAP pump, and then we're gonna be installing it the way we took it off, because if we don't install it the way we took it off, and if, let's say for example, you install it just like that with the connector, you know, for the hose facing up, then it's not gonna be reading it's not gonna be doing its job. So we have to install it the way it came out. And then also, there's no way for you guys to say, oh, but it goes in another way, you know, and it can actually click the other way, or this other blah blah blah, you know. So there's actually only one way for that to go, and the reason why I'm saying this, because it has this little clip right here. So just make sure that when you put it on, it goes, let's say for example, it goes in here. So you start like that and then turn it. That's how it's gonna be able to click it. make sure that the seal doesn't move. Okay, I'm gonna try to get it straight so you guys can see. Okay, so we got it in. Once it's in, okay, I guess it's not in. I was actually able to get it in. Now the reason why it wasn't going in is because the seal, it was, you know, it's new, so you have to basically put one hand behind it and then kind of like just to help it, you know, because you're gonna be pressing this in hard, like you have to push it in and then turn it. So that's why you need another hand, so you can like help it and not to break it from the mount over here, you know, the screw that holds it. So once you're able to get it in, you just basically gotta turn it. And then make sure you press that tab on the bottom so it doesn't break when you turn it. And then on the bottom, just keep turning it until the tab comes in contact with the gap, and then it clicks and locks. There you go. So it's in now. As you guys can see, the tab is free now, free to press it in basically and to take it off again. And then this is actually nice and tight. You can see that it moves the whole part. So it's in now, and then only thing left to do is plug the hose that goes to the filter. Just push it in, just like so. And then last thing is grab your harness and plug it in and make sure it clicks. So now I'm gonna start it up, and first I'm gonna show you the check engine light code so you guys can see, and then I'm gonna erase it. Usually if this was the problem, it should erase after 3 to 5 cycles, but I'm just gonna be erasing it, you know, on my own, and then just drive it and see what it does. Okay, so I'm gonna be hooking up the OBD so we can read the code. And then let's wait for the code reader to read it so I can show you. There you go. P0456. I replaced the gas cap already, and it was actually doing fine for, I want to say 4 days. I think for like 4 days it was doing fine, and then the check engine light came back on, and now it's saying this. So we're gonna be erasing it, so pressing this, and then are you sure? Yeah, erase, done. And then we're gonna restart it again. As you guys can see, the check engine light is flashing right now because we just erased it. Just wait for it to stop flashing. There you go. Then we're gonna turn the key off all the way, pull it out, and then we're gonna be putting it back on and start the car. The check engine light is gone now, so we're just gonna drive it, you know, for a few days. Okay, so now that we went and got the clips, we're gonna be installing this wheel well back on. So first you wanna get it to slide in. Okay, so that's gonna be today's videos, guys. How to, you know, it was how to replace the EVAP detection pump from a 2008 Dodge Charger. As you guys can see, it was on the passenger side behind the wheel well, It was actually pretty easy to replace it. Just putting it back on, it was like, you know, kind of like a challenge, because I was afraid to break the clip, you know, what locks it in the inside. But it's just, you know, since you're installing a new seal and a new pump on it, you have to put like a little bit of pressure so you can actually be able to turn it and lock it. But that was today's video, and if you guys like it, please give it a like. If you have any questions, you know, feel free to post them down in the comment section below, and I would be glad to answer them back. And I'll see you guys on the next one. See ya. Okay, so we're actually back. It's been so many days already. I do want to mention this, that I actually did this on April 28th, 2020, and we're actually on May 18, 2020. So it has been so many days. And then on top of that, I don't know if you guys remember, I had 167,584. Not sure, but I had some mileage back then. So I'm gonna start the engine right now, because right now it's actually off. You can see the RPM. I'm gonna start it up, and you guys can see that the check engine light, it has not been coming back on since then, you know, since we replaced that. And I just wanted to give you guys an update so you guys can see, you know, how am I actually doing after I replaced that vacuum detection pump. So let's go ahead and start it up. Fix the steering. Then I'm gonna go back some. You guys can see that there's no lights. Check engine light is not on. It's gone now. And like I say, I would just wanted you guys to see, you know, my little update and see that was actually the problem. So if you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys liked it, please like the video. If you have any questions, just post them down in the comment section below, and I will try to answer them as soon as possible. And I'll see ya.